Hey everyone! I just made a video about grief and losing a parent, and in that video I briefly touched on this topic, but I thought I'd go just a little further in depth. Many of you who have been following me for a long time, you've seen my journey, and I've mostly focused on psychology here on my channel, sometimes music, just various topics, but I'd always kept going back to psychology. And I didn't really talk too much about my spiritual beliefs or my faith, although I do have my testimony video, which I'll try to put a card up if you're curious to watch that. I think I made that 4 years ago. Could be wrong. 5 years ago? It's been a while now. But since then, it's still been an interesting ride, and I have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome aboard, and viewers. And a lot of you are people of faith, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's encouraging me because before I started ramping up my channel, I started leaning back into getting back into my faith more seriously than I had been. But this has really been the boost to really just take it up a whole nother notch. And I don't want to alienate anyone. I'm not somebody that's going to push it on anyone. I love to just let people live and let live. But I also want to tell my story because this is my channel. And kind of like Mr. Rogers, where he's spreading love and peace, but he was a Christian minister. I think he was Presbyterian or something like that. Not that that matters, but, but he was a minister. And so he embodied Jesus, which essentially is what I want to do. I don't want to focus on the dogma. I want to focus on being the light, being the peace, being the grace, because I feel like that's what Jesus taught us to do. And so if you've seen my testimony story, you know I grew up in the church. I left it for a long time, I think about 10 years. Then I came back to church. And since then, since that testimony video, I was going to church consistently for years, doing pretty good. But then recently I decided I was going to stop, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm tired of the spiritual warfare. Maybe if I just imagine it doesn't exist, the devil will leave me alone. It doesn't work that way. But things kept happening to remind me that spiritual warfare is so real. And praying through Hurricane Milton and being just so scared and realizing God's got me and he took care of me. And then having a friend who was about to take his own life and just feeling so helpless because he was so far away, and praying the whole time and thank God he's alive and thank God he's okay. Those two things really, and then in addition to running into the Dodash Hope Crew, which if you're part of it, you know what I'm talking about. There's a movement on YouTube of faith. It all just culminated in me going, okay, I am all in. I have to be all in. I don't have a choice. I feel like God's hand has been over me my whole life, and I'm that one little sheep that loves to just run away. I just keep running away, and he's like, come back, what are you doing? Because every time I run away, it's never better. Actually, things are worse. I keep thinking, oh, the world's going to fill the void, and doing things, and I don't know much detail. If I wasn't a teacher, I'd go into more detail, so maybe in another video, but I'm thinking, I don't know how much I can say. But let's just say, getting addicted to things and worldly things, thinking that that's going to make you feel good and take away the pain. And it only made my pain worse, my anxiety worse, my depression worse, just slipping into dark spaces and dark thoughts. And so now that I'm turning back into the light, I am a child of the light. It's so obvious, right? Like, why would I deny this? He made me this way, to spread his message of love. I feel so much peace, and I think you don't realize how valuable that is until you don't have it, and you're anxious all the time, and you're worried, and you're ungrounded. But that feeling of, I am protected, I am taken care of, is just so beautiful. So that's why I want to tell people about my faith, because I'm thinking, this is it for me. It works, and it's lovely. feeling this way. And the garbage man is taking out the trash, which is kind of symbolic. Um, because I think that's what happens a lot of times, right? We're just filled with gunk because we're human, right? We're never going to be perfect. But if we allow God to come in and cleanse us and make our thoughts new, renew our thoughts, renew our mind, right? That's a verse about renewing your mind, because it really all starts in here. It does. And to be that new creation that's going forward in purpose of love and peace and spreading that in a world that's so incredibly dark. It's just such a beautiful thing. So I'm back in my faith and I love it. And I've been praying and I've been reading my Bible. But I know there's a stereotype too of Christians. So it's almost like, oh, that label comes with so much baggage. And people fight me on it. Like, why would you believe this? And think about that. And what have Christians done with this and that and the other? I don't want to be associated with the closed-mindedness you see on my channel. That's not me. I just want to embody Jesus's love. That's my whole thing. So you'll never see me on my channel judging and criticizing. And actually, I do recommend people, if you type in Hope Crew, you'll see like real believers, how beautiful their light is. It's undeniable. You can see there's a distinct difference between the light and the dark. You can see it and you can feel it if you're an empath, of course. So that's all I want to say. I don't want this to be too long. And I don't want to alienate anyone. And I hope the comment section, I don't want it to be Rebecca, a dogma thing. That's not what this is about. I don't want to discuss dogma, religion. It's not that. This is just me saying I found my peace. And I'm keeping it. I'm holding on to it. So thank you all for listening. I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one.